Hi, my name is Akaite Elizabeth, and I'm the founder at Set on a Hill Studios. Today, we're going to be talking about on-set expectations. Here are our top on-set expectations. How this can help you. Production and casting typically don't give you statements on how you did on set, right? Or in depth statements. So you can use this video and this resource that you can download for free as a self evaluation tool to help you determine why or why not you weren't asked back, maybe why your scene was cut out of the film or production, or why you had less days that you filmed on. Now, keep in mind, sometimes it's just a choice, a production shift or change. It could be a budgetary thing, but a lot of times you can evaluate yourself and see if you did the best that you could have done when you were on set. Our first onset expectations that we require for all of our cast and crew is to be on time. So, time. So, on time means arriving at the door 5 minutes early, being camera ready. Camera ready with your first choice. Your first choice means the clothing that you chose first. Sometimes casting gives you different clothing to wear. You need to have your first choice fully on, your hair and makeup completely done as requested, and you need to be ready to go. Your second choice can be in a go bag, ready to walk in with you, not a whole bunch of stuff that you're carrying. You're walking in with your coffee to show them. No, your water should be in your bag. Your snacks should be in your bag. You should be ready to walk in, and we can pull you into a meeting, start taking photos, getting you ready. When we notice you're not ready, we might be nice about it, but you just cost us 30 minutes to 1 hour. So be on time, and on time is 5 minutes before your call time. You're at the door ready to walk in. I wouldn't recommend walking in early because we are setting up or we're working. And if you walk and you're expecting the chairs to be ready, no, everything's going to be ready right when we told you it's going to be ready. So just be nearby. Being on time means planning for traffic. Add an extra 45 minutes to an hour to your commute. Plan for parking by adding an extra 20 minutes to your commute. Plan for time once you park to find the location. It could be in a faraway parking spot, which it typically is. So you need to be very early. Announcements. And once you arrive on set, we do announcements. So if you're late, you miss the important announcements, which could cause you to waste more time later with production because you weren't on time. We gave out the schedule at that time and you missed it. So now you're asking questions. You're wondering why there's so much waiting, and you're stressed or you're thinking we're not organized, but it was you who was late and it's you who is unorganized. So again, be early. Announcements for the announcements. Crew. Crew, of course, should arrive with your kit already built and ready to go in right away. Your kit should be built. You shouldn't get there and then start building your kit, which could take 45 additional minutes. So crew, be ready. You might have to build your kit outside the door or come into the lobby and build your kit. All right. All right. Next, that was being on time. And again, being on time, if you're right on time, you're late. And we noticed. Being on time means you're early. All right. And being late means we're going to try to never ask you back again. Communication. Please respond to emails within 3 to 24 hours and text messages between 1 to 16 hours. So you need to communicate with production staff in less than 24 hours once you're booked or while you're being cast. If you're in a hurry, let's say you're in a hurry, I don't have time to give a full response, they ask too many questions, I don't know. Respond really simple, one word, received. All right. Or you can say received, I'll respond fully soon. But we need to know that you got the email. That's what we need. All right. So always respond to an email and just really quick, just say received. Post-production communication. Here's the key. A lot of times after a production, we have additional forms you need to sign, more information we need to check from you. Don't ghost the production. We expect you to respond even after you are wrapped for final pieces of information that's needed for post production. So, post production is actually the most important communication time for us. So, please do respond if you're contacted. You might say, okay, the first part, maybe the budget wasn't great. Maybe we have a bigger budget for the next, but if you're not communicating with us, we can't let you know about that. Or it's a greater opportunity, a community film, a greater opportunity for you to be in something or have a speaking role, but you're not communicating back. And so we don't know that you're interested. All right. So stay in communication, or maybe we want to refer you to our sister production company that has a great budget or has a great part for you, but you're not open to that audition because you're not communicating back. So communication is so key before and after, during post-production. We shouldn't have to wait more than 24 hours for you to respond to any email. Next, let's talk about cancellations and rescheduling. So if you're scheduled, we expect you to be there. We don't want you to cancel, but if you need to, let us know as soon as possible. Typically, you knew in advance, so let us know at least 24 hours in advance by contacting us both via email and phone. Leave a voicemail on the phone, but contact us via email so that everybody can see it. Some people just text or they just call. We need both email and phone. All right. We might not get a chance to check our email. We might not get a chance to check our phone, but if somebody on the team saw it, that would be great. And typically, the phone numbers we give you, our entire production team, or at least two of us, can see those messages. Don't just text us your cancellation or rescheduling request. You need to write it via email. Email is so important so that all departments can see it. Your cancellations for any role on set as talent or crew affects our production. So you are important. There are no small roles. You are so important. So please show up and follow through with your commitment. Understand that cancellations for any role affects the production and could stop a production day. So please don't just do a no-show. Show up and please follow through with your commitment. I've had people not show, and we've had to cancel our entire production because that person didn't show up. And they thought, oh, there were other camera people, or oh, there was other things. No, you were important. So there are no small roles, and your role is important. And we did notice that you weren't there. And a lot of times you might think, oh, it's not a big deal. I didn't have a big role. I was just X, Y, and Z. But you can hurt feelings, or we plan for you to do something, or we plan something special for you and you're not there. You're hurting feelings and people have to get over that, right? And so just communicate, just let us know. Don't be a no-show, show up, fulfill your commitments if you committed. Slow down on committing to things so fast if it's not something you're interested in. But if you do commit, just follow through. There's going to be something great that can come from it. A lot of our community films, we submit you to film festivals, help you get awards. Most people don't get their first award for years. All of our community films, we're submitting to get awards. We're submitting for you guys to get seen, visibility. Again, there's no promise of employment or promise of these types of things, but I'm just letting you know there are always perks and benefits outside of just the credit that someone offers. All right. Next is phones. Please refrain from using your phone on set. Turn both your calls and notification vibrations on silent. No vibrations, even when you're texting. If your phone was prior approved for you to use it as a prop, ensure that no sound ever comes out of your phone. And it might be better if your phone is completely off if it's used as a prop. So calls and texts should be made only during designated break times and in designated break areas in order not to disturb the production. So during your break, production is still recording, still reviewing. Please don't use your phone on set. You might be like, oh, I'm just using my phone or texting. We can hear you texting. We can hear your phone playing music or playing whatever you're practicing. So a lot of times sets, even the holding area, which is where you're supposed to go when you're not being recorded, we can hear everything. It needs to be on silent, please, guys. Also, um, so so what should you do? You need to come with your script printed out. You might say, "Oh, well, that's production's job." Print your script out yourself. If they gave you a script, print it out yourself. All right. Phone hold. So for Set on Hill Productions, your phone might go into a phone hold. So we're just letting you know in advance, issues with guidelines may result with your phone being held by production. So phones will be available for return at the end of the production day, and crew should not be asked about any confiscated or problematic phone issues. Not at the end of when your call time is wrapped, at the end of the production day. So please just wait if we do a phone hold for you. Again, come prepared. Print out your own sides. You might say, I don't have a printer. Stop the local UPS store. UPS stores will let you print at any time. So print it the night before they close at 7 or so. Parents or guardians on set. All minors should be accompanied by a parent or a guardian at all times. There is space on set for one parent only. No extra children, no, not two parents, one parent or guardian only. Due to the space, we request that no other children, visitors, friends, or additional parents or guardians are permitted on set. Please adhere to the one parent only rule. We really will not have space for you. Nowhere to sit. Sit. Parents must stay seated in the designated area for parents. Phones. Parents must adhere to the phone policy or phones will be held by production. You might think, oh, I'm just on my phone myself. If production can see your screen or watching your screen, phones are very distracting. Very distracting. So people will just be looking at you, looking at your phone. You might say, well, they should focus. No, you are distracting them. So just be very careful and mindful of what line set you're in. Directing. Unless help is explicitly requested, parents, we ask that you do not direct your child while on set. We have directors trained for younger talent, so please don't direct them. If they're doing something you're like, you should have practiced with them at home. They should be good. Let the directing cast who is familiar with kids, let them take their time with your kid, get to know them, communicate. Sometimes they're just getting to know their kid. It's not a big deal. Now, when they need your help, they'll ask for your help. Pick up. In the rare case, the same parent who dropped off the child must pick up the child. Again, we don't ever want you to do a child drop off ever, because you need to keep your eye on your child at all times. And I recommend this for any production you go on. Keep an eye on your child, never drop them off. But in any case, okay, let's say it's a travel shoot or something like that, whatever parent dropped the child off must be the same parent that picks them up. Your child will not be given to anyone else. Any changes require a 3-hour advance notice. So let's say the parent who dropped them off can't make it. We need a 3-hour advance notice with their full name of the new person, the new parent, and it must be a parent, a copy of your ID if another approved parent only picks up that child. And we need a written statement from the first parent who dropped them off of the person that they're sending it to. So you can CC us, include that other person. We need a copy of their ID. It is so important for the safety of the child. Also, parents, pitching. If you would like to pitch your child for another role, another project, or pitch your child or pitch another child. Oh, they have a twin, they have a brother. Why don't you cast them? Please do not do that on set. On set is not the time to pitch that child. Schedule an appointment via email to pitch your other children. Ask for casting results or to pitch your current talent for other roles. All right. Have any questions about that? Casting results or pitch? We'll do that. Parents also, if we told you the time that you're leaving, do not ask to leave earlier. Oh, are you really staying until this time? We already told you what time you're staying. Don't pressure them to go faster. They already have a lot going on that they're trying to get done. And it's just very unprofessional. Next is to memorize lines. Please memorize all of your lines for all scenes. Okay, so the order of the scenes may change at any moment for any reason. So be aware of this and be ready to have your lines memorized for any day of production. So any day we might film any scene. So don't think that they're going to go in order. So don't just memorize, oh, it's the first day, I'm just going to memorize this first scene. No, have them all memorized. If you require more time or effort for lines in a non-native or a second language, you need to learn memorization techniques for that second language and still be prepared for the production. So sometimes the memorization for, let's say English is your first language, is a little different than the memorization you do for your second language. Learn memorization techniques for that second language. Consider finding an acting or voiceover coach that manages dialect coaching for a specific language and review and practice memorization techniques in advance. Redoing one take or two or more on two or more scenes. So let me just start over. If we have to redo one take for two or more scene segments, that can mean we can't film an entire scene at the end of the day, or you increased our production time in days. Please do more than your best to memorize lines. All right. Expectations for leads, principals, and series regulars is to have the ability to memorize 16 pages within 24 hours. That is the expectation. So build yourself up to that. Notes. Yes, the script can and will change on the same day of the project. The script can change, including in the second language. This happens typically to manage cast or crew changes. So let's say someone didn't show up, someone was late, someone got sick. Your script's going to have to change without that character. So you need to be ready for that change. Something else happened. We have to do something quicker. The script might change. So you are still expected to be able to memorize snippets of your lines on the spot. So be prepared with strong memorization techniques in your main language, and if your cast is bilingual, in your second language. All right, so ask yourself when you're evaluating yourself, did I memorize the lines? Did that talent cost the production time? And how many scenes were cut short because the talent had too many retakes? I've had actors that would tell production, "Oh, can we redo that scene?" More than once. No, I get it. You might want to do that every, maybe once, or, "Oh, I didn't do my best." Leave that up to the director. Don't keep asking to do another retake or to do a rehearsal. A lot of times that person who did that is someone who showed up late, who didn't use coming in early to work with their scene partner. So that's some of the stuff you need to be doing in advance. If you want to practice your line, you need to be coming early, finding that scene partner, practicing with them. We're not practicing for the first time on set. So you can go to, in the same way you need a reader, get a practice reader who reads with you so you're used to that back and forth with another character reading the lines, right? You can get a reader 24/7 at weaudition.com. You can check our discount code in the description. Or there's some Facebook groups where they help you with free readers. It's not always 24/7, but you need to practice that beforehand and come early if you want to practice with your scene partner. It is not the time to be practicing the whole scene with somebody else. You need to come with memorization. All right. Next is a tip for crew first and then cast. It's to read the entire script. Everyone should read the entire script. These are on-set expectations. For crew, it's a responsibility of the crew to also know the entire script, read the script, and understand how this affects your role. You can break down the scenes in advance. You can bring something to the table. You can cross out the scenes once they're filmed or those that still need to be filmed. All right. You need to understand what is going on and read the entire script. Cast. You also need to read the entire script. Why? If you have no lines or multiple lines, every cast member should not just read their scene, but the entire script. This is a basic requirement for being on set, especially if the entire script was emailed to you in advance. Make time to read through the script. Create a character bio for your character. If you need help with that, check out our video here or grab that video in one of our programs. Check the link in the description. But there are no small roles. Every role is important. So even if you have just a few lines or one line, if the whole script was sent to you, read the entire script. Our next tip is to cheat camera. So be sure to cheat camera. So know which camera or cameras are picking you up. For most shots, you need to show 2/3 of your face to the camera, but have your intention to your scene partner and scene. So let's say I'm talking to someone. I'm typically going to be looking to the side of the camera because they're going to be facing the camera at me. Now, although my intention is to my partner, I'm making sure you can see my face the entire time. I'm making sure my eyes are wide the entire time. Even if I'm looking down, I might tilt my head up a little just so you can see my eyes when I'm looking down or I'm being shy, right? So cheat camera. It means I need to see most of your face. You're looking over there. You don't look all the way. I can't see your face. I can't see your eyes. You cheat camera. Oh no. Now my attention is to this person who's right here, but you still see most of my face. I need to see your face at all times. So that's what cheat camera means. The camera needs to see your face and your emotions. When practicing your actions, practice with the camera, okay? Practice when you're practicing at home, practice with the camera so you can see what you look like when talking to someone from close up and from wide shots. Know your angles. One way to improve on your angles is to practice modeling by taking photos of yourself doing various poses or in various scenes. This will help you to understand how you look on camera and how to showcase yourself on camera. It also makes it easier for you to understand, depending on the angle of the camera, how you should tilt your head. So if a camera's below you, the camera's above you, the camera's in front of you. All right? And go ahead and look at our on-set audition tips for where to look as we go into depth on where to look when you're on set. But typically, when you're on set for film, TV, or series or web series, you're not looking directly into the camera. That's typically for commercial, or unless you're directed to, you're typically looking to the side of the camera. So just keep that in mind. All right, have a good attitude. All right, so having a good attitude. Is the talent able to take constructive criticism or redirection? Can you keep a positive attitude after getting that criticism? We want you to succeed and look your best. Any advice shared is to make you shine. We want you to look your best. So take every criticism as encouragement. You have to reframe everything in your mind. Keep a good mindset and trust the production. So some people don't even know what they can do. If you're a teacher, you know how to teach people to read, let's say, right? But maybe the child didn't know they could read. But some teachers know I can teach you sight words in a day, or I can teach you how to read so much in a day, right? It's the same with directing. We know what we can pull out of you, so trust the production. When we tell you to do something, don't say, I can't do that. I've never done that. We see something different and we know how to coach that out of you. So trust us and have a good attitude. So when you're evaluating yourself, ask yourself, did the talent have a good attitude from the start to the finish of the project? All right. Next, stay out of your head. If you're worried because your lines are not perfect or scared about your role on set, it shows on your face. and in your acting work. So get out of your head, let it go. Focus on being the character and completing the role assigned. Let's say you show up late and you're worried. Let that go. Take off being yourself, become that character, and focus on that character. That character wasn't late. All right. So focus on being that character. Get out of your head. If you want to learn more about how to get out of your head, watch the videos in the description below or right here. All right. Respect the hiring or casting process. All right. If your crew, respect the hiring process. If your cast, respect the casting process. So there is a time and place to pitch yourself. During filming is not the time to pitch yourself. So please have a great onset etiquette. Know when to ask to pitch yourself, usually before. Hey, I'm interested in this. That should be beforehand. Or hey, can I talk to you about this after I show you what I've got? Hey, can I talk to you about this after day 2? Don't just do it on set when you want to or during downtimes. That is not good onset etiquette. To learn more about onset etiquette, watch this video here or in the link in the description. All right. Next is to have good onset etiquette. Same thing. Watch our onset etiquette video. Next is to be respectful to the production crew. So ask yourself, was the talent respectful to the production crew? Everybody, especially crafty, especially the person greeting you, especially security. All right, next is to know on-set terminology. So be sure that you understand and know on-set terminology. To learn more about that, watch our on-set terminology video. All right, next is to be easy to work with. Ask yourself, was the talent easy to work with? Is the talent showing desperation or leaving behind a positive showcase of who they are and their work? Next is to be prepared in advance. So advanced coaching on set. Let's say you get to set and we're directing you and doing advanced coaching. It takes time away from filming. The talent needs to create their own advanced character bio, and various takes for each scene should be prepared. So take our courses where we go into depth on script comprehension and creating a character bio. So ask yourself, did the talent require special or additional training? Did the actor bring something to the character, or did they have to be told how to act in each scene? You need to come bringing something to the table. If you come with one character type, be ready with the second one. Have it written down for each scene. Understand how to portray even different takes when you're filming so that we can direct you in a different way. All right. Next is to bring something to the table. I can't stress this enough. The director and writer shouldn't have to give you everything. Oh, act like this in this scene. You shouldn't be mirroring your partner so much. You need to create a deep, in-depth character bio. So you're not just mirroring the person that you're acting with. You should make strong choices and have backup choices to show. At the end of the day, we all want you to shine. So knowing the strong options that you can do in regards to a different emotion, a different viewpoint, a different attitude in the scene matters tremendously. So study your craft, but study your character. Come ready to set. Ask yourself, what are you thinking when saying the line? What were you thinking? Were you stressed? Were you thinking, I better memorize this line well? It comes out. So be careful what you're thinking. When you're thinking, you need to really think as that character. How do you feel about the person you're talking to in the scene? What would that character be thinking in that moment? Be creative, make up a story, have strong feeling. Does the feeling change your attitude and how you deliver the line? Ask yourself those questions. Next, be mentally prepared and physically ready for long days. Parents of children talent, parents, be mentally and physically ready for long days. If your child eats something specific or you're not sure what's going to be on set, if they're going to have enough meals, be mentally and physically ready. Come prepared with some dry snacks or meals as well. Please be mentally and physically fit for long days. This may mean being careful what you eat and drink the night before production. Okay, asking, do we still work tomorrow or the next day? When the date was already scheduled is not appropriate. It's very unprofessional and it's very discouraging to cast. It's just telling them that you don't want to be there, that you don't value them, that you it's very disrespectful. It's showing that you don't show them respect. They already scheduled you. Of course you're still going tomorrow. Unless they change something the night before or unless they're telling you they're going to send it out. Just wait. All right. So if you have a request or a special circumstance, ask to speak with us privately at a time when we can handle such issues. It's not just going to be whenever you feel like in the middle or when you think we're having downtime. Production is never on downtime. You coming in the middle of us planning for the next step, it's stressful. So plan a time where you can talk to them. This shouldn't be done casually. You can also email us a time to meet to discuss this. Don't wait. Reach out sooner than later and inform us that you want to talk. Hey, is there a time I can speak with you on set? They might say, sure, you can talk now, or hey, just give me a little bit of time. Come back and reach me later. Don't leave it up to them to come back and remember to meet with you. Come back to them and say, hey, you told me to come reach you later. This is a good time. All right. Yes. The final note is yes, we want you to come to talk to us about anything, but understand the time and place. Respect the schedule and have a strong mind for production week. Now, if it's something urgent, like you're feeling uncomfortable on set or something, let us know. But if it's something that you should have prepared for that I've already informed you of in advance, things that you could have prepared yourself, just be prepared for those things. Have the snacks in your bag, have the extra meal in your bag, have a dry meal in your bag. Next is to be aware of tagging, collabs, and promo. This is for cast and crew. Crew and cast will be filmed on set for B-roll and for promotions. You might be asked to say something as a group or individually for promotions. We might have the whole cast and crew saying something at the end or at the beginning. So please understand this is a part of this project and be ready to support in any way requested. Thank you. So yes, this includes the crew. So ask yourself, is the talent ready to help promote the project or being a part of the commercials and promotions? It's your opinion for us to post your content that we share, but be aware that we already asked you possibly in a survey before if we could do that for social tagging, but be aware that this happens from the start and that there's B-roll happening at all times. Next, notify us of your willingness to collaborate. So we ask social media collaboration questions in our profile form. Just put your answers there so we know your preferences. Any additional requests will be communicated with you clearly in advance. You'll get to make that decision. It's not time on set to complain or say, don't post me here, don't post me there. If you wrote in your form, we'll review it beforehand. You might be filmed in advance, but if you said no collabs, we probably won't tag you on it. But we do have your media release, so you shouldn't be asking or trying to give restrictions on that. That's very unprofessional, and it shows a lot of disrespect to the production. So ask yourself, does the talent have a strong social media following? Are they willing to collaborate with the social media following on the production? These are questions you should ask yourself. So what do you bring to the table? Next, be ready for improv. So cast and crew, be ready for improv for commercial and promotional assets. So ask yourself, is a talent good with improv for scripted or for commercial assets of the production? So that might be a quick promo. We'll have two of the cast members together and we'll say, hey, say hi about this or hi about that. Are you ready for improv? Next, be what we need. We expect you to do your absolute best and to keep your head in the production, no matter how much feedback you get or how long you will work on the project. So let's say your character is being written out of the series. If you're stressed about that, it shows on your face the entire acting day. Don't let it get to you. Be what we needed in that moment and fulfill what that character needs to be. So is the talent an overall fit for the character? Is the talent an overall fit for the production? You can ask yourself those questions. Next is to be ready for travel. So we may have you travel to multiple locations for filming at a moment's notice. Be mentally prepared for this. If you require accommodations, you need to let us know in advance. We expect you to be ready for location changes. If you are approved or requested in advance for travel to another city, state, or country internationally, we will request your permission and share the details well in advance. So ask yourself if it's local and local travel to different filming locations. Is a talent able to travel to all filming locations, whether it's local, domestic, or international? So some of those things might mean that you need to always have your passport ready. Next, be ready and coachable, but you shouldn't need full coaching on set. The typical scenario is that talent has a talent coach. So I'm just letting you know. What every production expects is that every talent has their own talent coach, and they consult with that coach on their own before every project. So you'll be directed on set, you'll be directed, but if you're not staying up with acting classes, production skills, and you need to be trained on knowing your angles and knowing how to give a different take or side to the character, it takes away from the production. So please get coaching in advance. Production should be ready, be studied up, be ready to help in all scenarios. So for production on the other side, if you're crew, for production, you should have already watched 3 to 5 for production, you should have already watched 3 to 5 tutorials on equipment you'll use on set or that you'll assist with. Be ready to assist in all production departments, not just the one you were called in for. Allow others to lead in their main roles, but if there's an area where you can help, we expect all hands on deck to help in all areas. So ask yourself, what was the level of the talent's overall acting? What does the talent bring to the production? And lastly, improve daily. Improve by going to acting classes, going to self-tape classes, reviewing previous class notes, rewatch or watch acting tips, crying tips, modeling tips on YouTube between filming days. Is the talent on the same level? Ask yourself this question. Is the talent on the same level as the rest of the regular cast, or are they behind? So sometimes there's multiple filming days. You could have had time to review a modeling video, rewatching some acting tips video, but what were you doing in between? All right. So we want you to improve daily and really ask yourself, hey, am I on the same level? If not, I can get there because they believe in me. And I want you to know wholeheartedly their production believes in you and they expect a lot out of you because we believe you can do it. We believe that you can operate at a high level within your acting and within the production crew. So be the best that you can do. Be the best that you can be and bring your best at all times. So to learn more in depth on some of these topics, check the links in the description. And we are so excited to have you on set if you are part of our set, crew, production, and our cast. So we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.